1, 2, 3, 4. I declare an anime start.
Anime war.
See, it even says beginning.
Ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Wait, we can't use that.
I don't know what we can and can't use, but anyway, welcome to the latest iteration of us complaining about a perfectly good anime.
We have to. That's like our whole job here.
How much volume would you like? I'm just going to continue turning them up.
Little down.
Down?
Perfect. Done.
All right, there you go.
I couldn't find the thing because it's all dark in here. You've turned off the mood. You've turned on the mood lighting, as in there is no lighting in the room right now.
I suppose it's...
I know that's good for our eyes, but that's how it be.
Well, actually, I was talking with a friend earlier today.
This is an interesting coincidence. Yep.
Been some
not planned. This bit is not planned.
Interesting, discussions at the moment about the abundance of myopia on the tail end of the pandemic.
Okay.
Myopia being the one of the things that can generate short-sightedness.
Okay.
And a lot of people essentially ending up with myopia because they haven't gone outside and have been largely just looking at screens for an entire year and a bit.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to me because I was part of a large and well-regarded study about the effects of myopia when I was a kid. Yeah.
There you go.
I think technically the study's actually still ongoing, but I at some point was pulled out of it. I don't actually know anything about that particular part.
So you're telling me you were part of a very cool study that you then just bounced from? You're like, I'm too cool for this study. I need to be a part of this.
I don't know when and why I bounced from it. Listen, you can call my mother and ask.
What a bizarre story. Just being like, yo, I was part of a very important thing until I wasn't. And now I don't. Doesn't matter. Does not matter.
I don't know how to sign back up. I don't know where the contact details are. Anyway, the moral of the story was that it was after comparing just analyzed day-to-day activities.
You better read this thought quickly before
various
shit
schools
happens.
around the world. Don't worry. It's Hanu's arriving at school.
No, it's the best scene. Get out of life.
Anyway, point is, get a little bit of outside
There
sun
she is. She's
every
blushing.
day, and you won't get as much myopia as you would otherwise.
You're missing Hanu blushing.
I'm not missing anything. I'm looking at it right now.
You're missing everything. She's adorable. She's having a really hard time socializing, and everybody loves her. Because of course they do. And Brenna is a predator.
It's dangerous. She's dangerous.
She's ready to bounce.
Yeah, I thought they all died. Yeah, we
thought they all died horribly.
Recycle all the jokes from the VN as quickly as we can.
There they go. She needs to go to school. Brenna.
That's good. I like that. It was a good bit.
I don't know if you'll like the coming bit, but it's fine. Let's go.
Well,
not this bit, different bit. Anyway, you'll figure it out. It's fine. Anyway,
dude, he's got buff since the last time we saw him.
Yeah, dude, he's swole. He's ready to beat on some nerds. Impress the local lady folk. It's like, why is their first question not about the horns? Also, I do not understand. I'm sure it's coming. But why is it not their first question?
Because they're not judgmental, prejudiced children like you are.
I know, like I am. Sure. True. I am a horrible person. I do hate Honey with every fiber of my being.
Listen, if you saw someone wearing horns, would your first interaction with them be about the horns?
It would probably be my second interaction. There she goes. She goes off again.
Oh no, they reused the animation. Now it's suddenly less...
Look, they get to keep using it, and they get to put her in bondage now.
Oh, no.
Which is a whole thing. Ridiculous.
Why is that the particular arrangement of ropes that they chose to use?
Don't think about it. Oh, good grief. It is kind of a funny decision to have her, have this big dramatic moment while she's in bondage gear. It's ridiculous. Ugh. Just keep the camera from the head up and we'll be fine.
Yes, please.
Good God.
You see, if Ben was watching this at home by himself, he'd have paused a few
No, I would not
ago.
have. No, get out of here. Get your slander out of here. I did not pause on that scene when I watched it 10 years ago.
Well, that was 10 years ago. This is now. You've really grown as an individual.
8 years.
Worse.
Anyway, it's true. I have become a worse human being in general, but I would not pause on Renna's BDSM outfit. It would not happen. Maid outfit, maybe. Maybe. Oh, there she goes.
It was all worth nothing.
Yep. Look, she cannot be contained. That's what we know. Her Omochikari energy cannot be held down by mere ropes.
This was the real story of when she was in her other school. It wasn't that she was running around breaking the glass. It's that she grabbed all of the students she thought were cute and just sprinted,
jumped out the windows
with them.
That's how she got out. That's it.
Didn't hit anyone with a baseball bat. It was just glass shards going through everyone's skins when she jumped through the window.
It's fucked up. This is why Rena needs to be classified as a weapon. Not even just her fist, just like her entire body is a weapon.
Yes, nothing more daring than asking to join a group of people playing games.
But it's a very serious club. You don't understand.
Of course.
You don't understand.
I don't understand.
Good, you don't. Oh my god, she's about to like, this is like on your Facebook page when you just like spill a bunch of emotional shit. And it's like, why?
You do that on your Facebook, man?
I used to. And I knew people who did. I knew lots of people who did. It was just something you did as a kid. You were like,
did you?
I'm going to put my deep and meaningful thoughts on Facebook.
That's
did you never do that?
No.
You didn't live. You've never truly lived if you've never posted like a really like awkwardly emotional post on Facebook. I'm pretty sure you've seen one of mine. So
I probably have. I mean, listen, I have things that I would describe as emotionally awkward on my Facebook page,
but they're from somebody else.
No, it's like me saying that I liked a song. I wouldn't post that on my Facebook. Well, I wouldn't post that on any social media.
That's dumb.
You don't need to know what I'm thinking.
It's true. You have no say over how I use my body. That's how it works.
That's right.
Oh god. Uh-oh, honey's getting wrecked. She's being destroyed by these amazing animations. Nice work.
I can't believe they do hazing rituals.
Look, that's what happens in the country. You don't understand. You're in the country and you want to join a group of friends and have a good time. You get
How
hazed.
did you even post emotional things on Facebook in the country?
What do you mean?
You even have internet out there?
We do have internet. It cuts out every 5 minutes, but it's there. It works.
That's ridiculous. So you'd have to like type it all out in like a note app and then copy it to Facebook,
paste it in.
Because otherwise
so you can
you'd lose connection.
at the exact. It's this thing, right? You got to post at the exact moment when the stars align and the satellite towers go up because they're generators. You know, they've been wound up. They go back on, and then you can send the message. That's how it works. Also, yeah, get wrecked, Keiichi. The butt of every joke, as he should be. Who's that? Who's that character?
Oh my gosh. That was so sudden. I wasn't ready.
I'm ready. I recognize that, I don't know, yellowish coat anywhere. I don't know how else to describe it. It's a yellowish coat. That's what it is.
I love everyone else in suits. It's like...
He's like, I'm the casual one, but I'm also the most serious at all times. Like...
Dude, that is so many characters on a single page.
I know, right? It'd be some kind of amazing superhuman speed reader to read all that.
Mm-hmm.
Like Akasaka is.
Obviously.
Our God, our savior. Yeah. Look, I'm glad they at least show him, once before he actually gets to the village. I wasn't even sure if they'd do that,
Oh my gosh, she's figuring it out.
Yuye Clinic. Whoa. Kamakari. Oh, okay.
And we're so close to the end of this anime.
We're doing it. I'm excited. And then we can watch Go and we can actually give the fans what they really want.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be great.
We're barely going to make it in time before Satsu starts.
Well, that's fine. It's half the fun. That we can finally watch something that I haven't been spoiled on. It'll be great. Damn it, Keiichi. See, would you not ask that man why are you wearing cat ears? Is that not something you would ask him?
No, not at all.
You'd be like, yo, how you doing, Keiichi? You're looking lovely today.
I don't know what you want.
I'm just saying.
These are the thoughts of someone who posts emotional tirades to their Facebook.
It's true. Look, it happened at least once or twice. The days of youth. Look, you haven't lived until you've posted an embarrassingly long, like, emotional post on Facebook or Twitter or whatever. Not Twitter. They don't let you do it on Twitter. They're keeping you down over there.
You know, actually,
yeah.
there's one time I've posted something that I would consider emotional to my Facebook wall.
Good. I'm glad.
I was a participant in an engineering competition. One overseas, made a bunch of friends, and I posted a big this was a great experience thing.
Cool. That's good. Because I can tell you the way that I remember it, Felix, is that when we had
God, she fucking killed her.
She's fucking dead, dude. Throw her in the river. I remember you asked me if I'd post anything weirdly emotional on my Facebook wall. I remember that. That was a long time ago now, but that was when we first had this conversation. So I'm confused and concerned that you're getting old, as the 40-year-old that you are.
Well, yeah. I mean, listen, it's not to say that I don't understand these things. It's just it's more like facts I've read about on the internet than things I've participated in.
It's true. I assume that's how you understand most things, like an alien would. Study.
Sometimes
carefully.
it feels like that.
Sometimes? All the time?
I don't want to sound like an edgy prick who's like, yeah, I don't understand humanity.
But you don't. Look, it's just how
maybe I don't. I do get very confused by some things, but right. I feel like
I totally get it.
That's just a way of life.
Just a way of life. You just don't understand people. People are
now
weird.
You're making me sound edgy again.
You're like Illidan, and you just keep coming back and being edgy. That's how it works.
Is that?
I am blind, not deaf.
Is that a World of Warcraft character?
It's a Warcraft character, not a World of Warcraft character. He was in number 3.
Oh my goodness.
And in a bunch of books before that. He assumed the demon essence of the Skull of Gul'dan so that he could defeat, is it Varimathras?
Probably
no,
Hanyu.
Tichondrius. It was Tichondrius.
It wasn't Hanyu?
Sorry. No, it wasn't. Varimathras is the Dreadlord that betrayed the other Dreadlords with... Anyway, continuing with Higurashi, Sylvanas is a cool character. We're defeating fate, Felix. We need opinions. We need to have your opinions on the delivery of this scene versus the VN. Because this is one of those things that's we're both kind of frustrated with. The fact that Rika doesn't remember things. It kind of makes the ending of Arcserra a little bit more stilted. How you feeling?
I'm thinking.
Oh, okay. I need your opinion as the the newbie to this series, who knows nothing. But yeah, I don't know. I actually don't mind the delivery in the anime. I think it's a little bit less.
No, I mean, one of the problems in the VN is that it spends so much time on something that ends up just kind of being a false finish.
The kind of...
That's not the right word, but...
it's okay. The blessing of the anime is that since nothing takes an egregious amount of time, if something doesn't contribute or something doesn't make 100% sense,
yeah,
it's okay. We can kind of just move on. We're kind of swept up in it. With the VN, I feel like it's so there's so much stuff, and you kind of have to internalize all of it. You end up feeling like everything needs to fit somewhere. I guess. Like a proper murder mystery, as opposed to this dumb fake murder mystery in this show. You know how it is.
I think the thing that was a little better about this is that they, timing-wise, lent a bit more on it being about Hanyu's agency.
Yes, well, the scene,
anime.
Yeah, well, I mean, the shot where she sees Tark and it's oh damn, it's clearly supposed to be about her and not about Rika.
Yeah, because it was the same implication in the VN, but it spent so much time in Rika's head that it didn't feel that way.
Yes. Makashi. Shout out to Princess Tutu. Oh my god.
What?
There's so much. Well, that's a show. That's an anime about a Princess Tutu. She's a ballerina princess.
Mm-hmm.
And she turns into a duck. It's a whole thing. But every episode starts with Makashi, which just means once upon a time, basically. It's about fairy tales. Every episode is a little fairy tale. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll fight with you until Nagashi, and then you're on your own. Get fucked.
That's it. The end.
Oh, wow. They've just...
Yep.
Oh, my gosh.
We're just cutting him.
I love it.
Yeah. Sakura's here now.
I hate it, but I also love it.
I mean...
I just want more time with Sakura and Oishi.
True. They are the best. They are the best together. And Kuma-chan. Oh, my God. They're sitting next to each other even. Kuma-chan has been replaced. Oh, good Lord. How could they? Who's this guy? Is this the forensic guy supposed to be? Or?
Of course it is.
Well, this is the thing, right? He's a character who I like do not care about or remember. So I need to double check these things. So bizarre. Like, I don't even know why they included him in the show, honestly. Like,
because they need him to fake the autopsy.
Well, sure, but like in the logic of a show, there are other characters here. You have Kuma-chan and Oishi, like they could do something similar, or they could grab just some random character. I don't know, like I'm just thinking like economically, I don't know why they need to have like a fourth person at this discussion, you know? Like, I don't know.
I mean, you're absolutely right. And the same applies to the VN.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I mean, you're right. Like, it is helpful to have a doctor character who could do forensics and fake times of deaths and stuff. But, like, I don't know.
I'm honestly kind of surprised that they didn't choose to get Irie in.
I was just thinking that. I was just thinking that because, as I was saying, like, you know, they need a doctor character to do the time of death thing.
Yeah.
We already have Irie, like, and there he is.
Speak of the devil.
We summoned him. Like the devil himself, the perverted devil himself. Oh, good Lord.
God, the energy.
I love him. Like, I hate him, but I love him. He's like the most divisive character for me personally. Because I hate all this perverse nonsense, but I love that he exists. Shout out to Chie.
Yes, Chie.
Shout out to Chie.
Kill this
Whack
man.
him in the head.
The sixth curse of Sama.
That's it. Fuck off. The fucking Bishojo glass push. That's great.
Oh God. Can I just get everyone who posts unironically edgy content on the internet to be replied to with that gif?
Please do. I'm actually serious. It's perfect.
I was just joking, although I'm actually serious.
Yeah, it's great. And now we're segueing straight into the intense plot scene. Oh my God.
Yes, I love a good bit of tonal whiplash.
You know, it's good fun. I mean, if Irie is nothing if not tonal whiplash.
Oh, you're absolutely right.
He is the tonal whiplash that this show needs, you know? Like, Oishi changes between arcs, but Irie changes between scenes and moments in scenes. Even.
I also like that we've done the exact same thing the VN did here and just completely not addressed any motivation that Irie has for actually spilling all the beans to Rika.
Doesn't matter. He cares about kids. That's all we need to know.
That's all we need to know.
We need to be reminded through his slapstick hijinks with Chie that he is a friendly character and does not deserve to be murdered. And
I agree.
He might help us to fake the time of death of some characters. Yeah, that'd be great. All right. Go out with a bang. The ultimate question. Would you like to die a nobody or go out in a blaze of glory with Keanu Reeves? It's the ultimate question.
Wow, Ben. Sounds like you've had Keanu Reeves on the brain recently.
I have. He's a pretty cool guy. He's a pretty cool rocker, you know. And sometimes you just want to watch a whole city burn. That's his whole thing. He's a cool guy who wants to destroy cities.
There are two characters that I would get Keanu Reeves to play in an adaptation of Higurashi.
Higurashi, can it be Akasaka?
Well, one of them's obviously Akasaka. The other one's Rika.
What? How? Why?
Just like anytime Rika goes into depressed monologue mode, just have Keanu Reeves.
That would be so bad. only if it's his old surfer dude voice. Only if it's that, or his performance in the vampire movie where he just is complete deadpan and kind of terrible, and it's great. He just gets creeped on by a vampire, and then he ends up in a vampire orgy. It's amazing.
Oh yes, I'm so excited.
Anyway, I want that Keanu Reeves to play Rika as an adult. That specific Keanu Reeves, that specific flavor.
Need to keep this story consistent, Ryukashi says to himself.
Do we need to? I don't know.
See, Mion wouldn't make it as a mystery writer because that's too big scale for a mystery story. It's a good thing that Ryukashi would never do something that out of proportion.
Yeah, that'd be very silly. If he wanted to do a mystery story with the annihilation of a town or the whole world, even on the scale, on the on the horizon. That'd be silly. That'd
Yeah, it
just
would be
dumb.
pretty.
I don't know if I could handle that kind of silliness. It does make me wonder when in the creative process he decided that and then the entire town dies. Like, when did he decide that?
Oh, right at the beginning.
You reckon?
That has to be one of the very first decisions.
So interesting. Like, I'd be curious to ask him about it if that were a thing we can do. It's the villain and the queen character. Queen character even. English. Look, I'm reading Japanese, okay? English is difficult.
That's right. You were reading that Japanese live off the page.
I was. That's what was happening. Can I tell you, I actually I was watching someone play a game that's it was Japanese originally, and I don't know if they got English voice actors to do the lines, but the line is something like, she took hundreds of photos. But the way that the voice actress says it is like, she took hundreds of photos. Like, they reached the word photos and didn't know how to pronounce the word.
Mm-hmm.
They had a moment is it per or is it fur? I'm not sure. I thought it was very charming, personally.
Sounded really, really desperate to get that information.
Please.
Almost as though there's an extra bit of motivation.
That's silly. There's no motivation left. We just know there's a bad lady and there's a good lady, and morality is clear cut. It's good and evil. That was cool. I enjoyed that. It was an interesting decision to just cut off their club room discussion of the plot of the show halfway through, but it'll give something good to spring bullet off of next time. So
Yeah, I don't know. I guess because we already have the scene of Hanyu and Rika talking about it, it's a bit redundant to go over it again.
It's a bit, but it's also good to just have the club, hanging out together, putting everybody's brains together, figuring things out. It's cool. You could almost just cut out that first scene with Hanyu and Rika, but then what would Hanyu be doing? She's an important character too. She needs to exist somewhere in the plot. Anyway, I feel really bad for just bullying Hanyu, but such is her lot. Unfortunately, she is born to be bullied.
I don't. That's just terrible of you, Ben.
I just have to.
I don't know.
Oh, how you feeling?
So, I'm just sad we don't get more Oishi Akasaka set up.
It's true.
I really enjoyed the energy of him showing back up in the village for the first time, and then just catching up. Whereas here, not only did we just outright cut that out, we jumped straight to the discussion.
Mm-hmm. Also, we're gonna get more Nomura. We're gonna get more Nomura and Takano than we do Akasaka and Oishi.
That's tragic.
It's very sad.
That's really, really disappointing.
It's very sad.
I guess in the defense of the anime, there are already enough variations of the new blood coming in and fixing things.
Yeah, totally.
Akasaka and Oishi aren't necessary to kind of keep that theme running.
Sure, I guess. I don't know, they're fun characters, and I like that we get more of them in the VN. But oh my god, they got this spooky music. But yeah, I don't know. It's cool. It's cool that we even get them to begin with. As I said, I don't even remember him being part of the story before he shows up to save everyone. I don't remember him being in the show. So there we go.
Who's calling in today?
Dark Rika Corner. Oh, it's
Tepe again. What the fuck?
He's supposed to be in jail. Rika's isn't there somebody else I could chat with?
Oh, look, they're finally asking about the horns.
Here we go. Aren't they? What? You tell me what she's saying. You tell me.
I can't. It's censored. Even if I knew.
I don't even know what it's supposed to be. What else do they look like? It's so silly. All right.
I suppose let's carry on with this
Carry
next.
on with the show. Look, at least they acknowledge the fact that Tepe is the only person who calls in. He's the only man in the whole village with a phone.
That's true. I believe that. Everyone else has to go to a phone booth and dies there.
Except for Keiichi and Shion. They have their own phones. It's a great song.
It is a good song.
It's a very good song.
It is a good song.
I enjoy all the Higurashi music. I don't think there's a single track that I'm like, man, I hate this. Well, actually, that's not true. Actually. In the VN, maybe. You know what?
In the VN, definitely.
In the VN, there are a couple, actually. You know what? Now that I think about it. In the first arcs. You know what?
Don't get me wrong. I do have a certain sense of nostalgia, even for the terrible ones. But I don't mean to raise that as a defense of them.
I ain't gonna talk about that, but you may be right. You may be right. Yeah, you know, whatever. Look, in terms of the anime music, except for maybe Lucky Doki, which we will never speak of, or Happy Lucky Doki. God. Let's not watch Kira. Let's not do that. That's a bad idea. There's nothing but pain waiting for us.
Is Kira the... Yes,
the bad one.
yes.
It's the bad one. They've got an opening theme, which is just the most, like, sweet, like, sickly sweet opening to anything you've ever seen. Everything is way too bright, and the characters are all bobbing their heads back and forth, looking like fucking dolls. Like, it's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. It's the most ridiculous opening to anything I've ever put my
There are a lot of ridiculous openings out there.
Well, but this one is, like, not intentionally ridiculous. As I've mentioned before, go watch Paranoia Agent. Watch the opening to Paranoia Agent and tell me there is a god. Tell me that there is a god and it is not a little fluffy teddy bear looking thing.
Who are we talking to? Oh, it's this scene.
The best scene.
Oh my god.
Time for the greatest
entrance. I want to relive this moment.
Look, it was a great moment.
This really was like just the peak of Higurashi for me.
Yeah. So interesting. I guess it's kind of interesting. We don't really explore the avenue of you know, maybe we can't trust Tomitaki with this information. I don't know. That's something that doesn't really come up. I don't know, maybe it comes up in the VN, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, just because they're, like, in a relationship and also, like, close colleagues. I mean, Irie is as well, but Irie is already, like, very sympathetic to the children of the town.
Yeah, I suppose it's also, like, oh, yes.
Yay! Even Rika's surprised, and she never gets surprised. I will say, I miss, because, like, my internal portrayal was that he's, like, in the shadows of the shrine, and he, like, steps out of the shadows, fucking grinning. It's like Batman. But in this, he just, like, walks up the stairs. It's your boy! It's Keanu Reeves!
It is Keanu Reeves.
It's the
talking
Keanu Reeves.
to Keanu Reeves.
Nice.
No, you know, instead of having Keanu Reeves play Rika, we go to a, like, internal monologue space.
I was going to say,
where the actress that's playing Rika talks with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, it'd just be the voice. It couldn't be them physically. It'd be just a little girl, and then they suddenly start talking with Keanu Reeves' voice.
Yeah, that works too. That works too.
That'd be great. That'll, like, it would be like a good voice, like a really terrible, terrible good voice for a small girl to start speaking in. I don't know. Oh
no, they're talking about Google.
Who did the, like, your mother is a whore and she sucks cock in hell? Who did that?
I want that actor. What you're on about?
The Exorcist. When the little girl, she starts, like, throwing up and just saying the most awful things to the people trying to exorcise her. It's great. It's great. It's a great scene.
I'm still trying to think of, like, an appropriate counterpoint for the idea of them, like, not trusting Tomitaki or, like, thinking that he can be trusted.
Because, like, feel like that'd be an interesting discussion, even though we're already like there's already a lot in Arc 8. So
yeah.
To put it in there, you know, is a bit silly, but
you know, it's almost like a logical continuation of the trust your friends kind of story.
It totally is,
but we don't really ever set up why he applies.
It's more so something because the reader is on board with trusting him because we've seen the scenes in which he gets murdered multiple times. Like we have such a thorough understanding. You know, it'd be like if in Arc 7 we had a whole subplot over Rika trying to figure out if Irie or Takano was the bad guy.
Yeah, that'd be
fucking stupid.
That'd be pretty ridiculous.
Because there's a point where the reader or the watcher has such a thorough understanding of the situation that trying to put forward one of the characters with Rika right now as the bad guy would be a waste of time and boring.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how else to put it. It just would be a boring discussion to have. Because we have too much knowledge at this point. Oh, we're getting to the moment where she's like, man, can I risk losing it all? Can I gamble it all on one perfect fate for these kids? Even though I usually make it out alive. Like, can I do it? Like 9 times out of 10, he's okay. But isn't it only when Rika like asks him to get involved that he gets murdered? Every other time he's just like at the police department, just chilling.
Pretty much.
Yeah. It's so funny. There's probably an angle on that. Just like, I don't know. One of the things that I have been pondering ever since I like finished the story is like, is Rika kind of like incredibly selfish?
Wow, they just
you know?
replaced Ueshi's like mother with ballroom dancing.
Look, he likes ballroom dancing and his mother. Oh my God. She's telling him. Hmm. Abandon your belief. I like that phrase. Like, this is a core part of your character. I need you to change it just for this moment. You know? Ooh. Oh, just like mildly shocked faces, perfectly in sync. Yeah, you know, just like how our club is not a game.
That's right.
Exactly. Themes, guys. Carrying forward the themes of the show.
Oofed.
Damn.
Get wrecked.
Yeah, it's a good thing you didn't do that. It's a good thing you didn't get us killed or anything.
I'm really excited about everyone in the village getting murdered.
Yeah, me too. It's a conspiracy, right? Well, it's kind of an interesting, you know, concept that he, you know, has in his head the idea that maybe the whole village could be murdered, but they haven't been yet. He hasn't seen that horrifying situation, so he's able to like joke about it, right? It's like, yeah, let's stop the village from being murdered.
Exactly.
That sounds exciting to me. But then, you know, when they actually do get murdered, it's pretty depressing.
Well, it's a good thing that he never has to experience that.
Well, that's it, right? It's good stuff. Renna, get your cleaver. Yeah, there it is. It's one of my favorite shots in the entire show. It's perfect. Oh, they're all supporting each other. I love them. They're so lovely together.
Oh my God, they put it here.
She said the thing.
I can't believe they did that.
So strange.
I didn't think they were ever going to use it.
Look, they got it in there. That's the important thing. It's true. God damn it, Keiichi. Would make an excellent general. All right, here we go. They keep going through these shots. It's like, yeah, then we have the good stuff. Everybody puts their hands together.
It's not bad. It's just kind of...
It's kind of silly, I guess. They keep like repeating that little montage. Like, not the exact same shots, but just like, and yes, I remember the times when we have all killed each other. It sucked.
Dude, those are some fancy cups.
That's great. What is that supposed to be? Like a little like fin thing? I don't even know. It's great. I want cups like that. Think they make those? Do you think that Higurashi themselves makes those? I was planning on killing everybody.
That's ridiculous.
What? You can't just let that slip, Takano. Oh my god. Yep. This is certainly a shot. Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
What? Motivation? Mm. My second wish is to murder everybody.
She said it.
Yeah. Gross. But what's her third wish? That's the real question.
Excellent question.
Oh, first question, grandfather's work recognized. Second wish, whatever. You get to murder the whole village. Third wish,
all you can eat breakfast for the rest of life.
Oh, it'd be amazing. It's not got like maggots in the food or something, you know. 'Cause you got to watch out for them monkey's paw genies. They get you.
Bro, Keiichi, have you read?
Have you read the first 7 arcs of Higurashi, Keiichi? The boy. There he is, his little motel room.
Mm-hmm.
His TV and his fruit. Probably fake fruit.
Somewhere.
He could be anywhere. He's drawing triangles and shit.
Drawing a character map.
There we go. Now you see, when you design your story, you should create your characters in triangles or squares. That makes them stronger with their connections to each other's characters.
Oh, God, that's a Dutch angle and a half.
What the fuck?
Calm down,
I need
man.
to turn my head to the side to figure out what's going on there. That was crazy.
Oh, wow.
I don't know why they put that shot in there. It's bizarre.
Now, listen, I'm a fan of Dutch angles, but that was difficult.
That was insane. Okay. What a fucking sound.
What is it? Just come on, just grab the cleaver, stab Rika.
No! What? Don't kill Rika.
Who was it that didn't figure it out in the VN? There was only one person that didn't figure it out, wasn't there?
I don't remember. Probably Hanyu. I don't remember. No, she figured it out. But she has more of a role in the VN. I don't actually remember. It's been a while. Your master is here, Akazaka.
Don't worry. I don't speak to them like this normally, I promise.
He's a cop, isn't he? Oh, God. Here we no. Akazaka's taking notes. Like, I think I might have to get the Child Protective Services on this guy next. I think that might be the next port of call once it's all over.
Minigoroshi 2.
2.0, yeah. Oh, God. The fuck, Irie. Didn't Akasaka
That is correct.
tell you
That
last
is
time?
correct.
Yeah, I thought so. That's interesting. Zira's like, I don't even know anything about military signals and junk.
We haven't established anything about Akasaka's character.
No, we know nothing. He's really not that important.
Unfortunately, because this is national television, we couldn't talk about nationalism on the show.
No, that'd be silly. Nationalism isn't that important anyway.
That's right.
It's not that important to the story. It's not like a huge theme or anything.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
They announced a new character for Smash Ultimate from Tekken, and
did they?
I know nothing about Tekken.
Who's the character?
I couldn't tell you, but I was on Wikipedia and
you
I was
can't just okay. I'm looking
browsing.
it up.
Look it up. Look it up.
Look it up.
I was browsing down and I found that they based the guy's character design off some like nationalist writer who like stormed the offices of the Japan Self-Defense Force, tried to take control, failed, and then committed suicide while he was there. It's like, dude, that is a career.
It's Kazuya, is it?
That's the one.
Yeah. Big beefy looking guy. I don't know. I've definitely seen this guy before, but I couldn't tell you anything about him.
That's right. That's all you need to know. I was
Kazuya Mishima. The man's wearing a suit. Oh my god.
Yeah, Mishima. That was the guy's name that they based him off as well.
Okay, well, there you go. He's Suit Man. He's ready to throw down.
According to Wikipedia, which, as we know, is not a reliable source.
I understand, Felix. You're trying to disclaim responsibility just in case you're wrong and the SCF comes after you.
Good.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah, no, that's right.
We're on the same page.
Oh, get thrown under bus.
I mean, you will be dead otherwise, so, you know. What the fuck? There you go.
It's it's interesting because, you know, part of that entire sequence in the anime was about Yuishi's whole resolute decision to do it regardless.
In this one, it's not as important.
I mean, they haven't undermined it because he still like said he was going to do it in the first place.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is an ongoing theme with the anime. That like the characters' individual decisions don't matter as much as like just moving the plot forward and like showing how it all turns out. Right?
Yeah,
like we get a much closer character discussion in the VN, which I really appreciate, especially for Oishi, the best character. Somewhat unironically, the best character. But yeah, no, it's a good time at least. You might die at any minute now. Wouldn't that be ridiculous?
Oh no, are they figuring it out?
I don't know.
Are these old ladies going to ruin the plan?
I don't think so. It'll be fine. What could old ladies do anyway? They don't even have proper facial features. Low detail eyebrows and such.
I don't want to see them unwell. I just want to be able to hate them to their face.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, just put a lot of band-aids on and that'll solve the cold.
That's usually how it works. That's how most characters in anime deal with illnesses of any sort. They just put a lot of band-aids on their face, sometimes over their eyes, and they're fine. Don't worry about it.
Yes, thank goodness they've established that Kimiyoshi can carry his memory across timelines.
Good. That's exactly what that means. That's what happened. Everyone wants to move on from old hatreds. Look at them go.
What a group of responsible, wise individuals.
Responsible adults, yeah. Hey, this scene. There's Sonozaki. He's always turning up at the most suspicious moments. Mm-hmm. And truth is the most important thing after all. There they are.
I just really wish they had put something about this earlier in the story so it hit with any weight.
No. It's fine. It's fine. It's just bad. Just bad story, 0 out of 10 story.
It's so good, but it's weightless. It's like such a powerful conclusion to this particular moment of the story.
I don't know. I think it's fine in the VN. I thought it hit like okay, but I'd also been through the story once before, so Ba, 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 ba. Do like how many more flowers they drop to? Like it's like they're trying to show them up. So funny. Yeah. Now we have all the adults on board. We can finally
bits and pieces ready to go.
Well, yeah, we can finally get into the first climax of the story. I presume will happen in the next episode.
That's exciting.
The first climax of many. Dun, dun, dun. Do, 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 do. Yeah, no, I mean, look, I'm enjoying it. It's chill. It's a chill time. This anime just like at this point in the story just exudes like chill energies because there isn't any murder anymore. It's just like, we're just like going through and explaining everything and showing what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, I think that's one of the most interesting things about the anime, is that we've said a whole bunch of stuff about the show so far, but the weirdest thing to me is how like different the watch experience is, like section to section of the story.
Yep.
Like so often when I think of shows, I think of like a particular emotion, a particular vibe, a particular experience that I had watching like the product as a whole.
Sure. It's very different in this show, though.
Whereas here, like the first and second season may be just may as well be two completely different stories.
It almost makes me think of like, is there an alternate proposition where they just shoved a bunch of extra violence in the second season to make it match the first one better? Because the whole story had been out. They couldn't entirely do a brotherhood where they just like create their own ending to the story. But I wonder if there's an alternate idea where we didn't follow the like pacifist ending, quite so closely.
Oh my god, is this internal monologuing?
Yes. Time to raise the curtains at this festival.
Hooray!
We did it. We made it to the end.
What's Tepe got to say today?
Do you know urishusama.com? Yes, hinobizawa.com. Uganagi! Sorry, what?
I don't know what that means.
I'm worried about what that means.
Oh, yes, I'm so excited for this.
For the episode, you mean, not for what they're talking about?
Yeah, for the episode. Okay, I haven't been reading the subtitles after.
They're talking about how it's an inappropriate site that you would browse in the dead of night alone. And there's lots of uhus. It's very inappropriate, is what I'm trying to say.
Right. I don't know what.
Just trust me. Trust me. We don't want to go there.
I won't go to that website.
Good. Get excited for more Ukanogi.
I will get excited for more Ukanogi.
Please do.
I'm trying to think of like another show that's had like as big of a tonal difference in.
I was going to say, it's not like a whiplash. It's just like, I mean, I can think of one that sort of does that. Attack on Titan actually has some similar stuff going on.
I've not watched far enough. For that.
I will not spoil things for you, but the fact that it was like I don't know if this is right, but just like the writer improves so much.
Yeah.
from their source material because they wrote the manga or whatever. But like you can tell that the story that they're pulling the show from is becoming much more complex and thoughtful.
Yeah.
Like the first season is very impressive and the story is really like, then there are Titans, everybody's dying and the music's amazing and everything's awesome. But like it's kind of a dumb show.
Yeah.
But by the time you get to season 3, the tone of the story is still quite like, there's lots of violence and death and stuff, but it's much more thoughtful. There's a lot more like political intrigue and humans trying to like outsmart each other and like uncover the lore of the world and shit. Like the different seasons are very different in terms of their tone and content.
Yeah.
In a sort of similar way, I think. But I don't know. What about you? You got any similar shows or? That's the one that springs to mind for me, but I don't know. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, the one that I've been thinking about, we've obviously been, I think, discussing this bit behind the scenes.
Have we?
Doctor Who.
Oh, yeah. Well, I haven't watched much of that.
Yeah, not because that show particularly has like much of an emotional journey, but just because like it does such a variety of different things and has so many different experiences in it. Yeah. But like the difference there is that's just a different approach as they go season to season, where it's like here.
Well, that's a deliberate like design thing, though, right? Because they've got all the different doctors, and the different doctors switch out and bring different flavors of the same concept.
And the companions and the showrunners, and like so many different.
Yeah, like I don't need to tell you about this because it's baked into the show.
Yeah,
the original concept of like, well, what do we do when the actor like gets too old and we still want to do the show?
Yeah,
well, there's another one like the Doctor reincarnates, and they can just keep doing that to have all these different flavors and ideas.
Whereas like for Ryukishi's stuff, it's kind of intrinsic to the way that he writes that you end up in a completely different place the way you expected, and that's kind of fun.
Sure.
But the way that they've done that in the anime is very different to where it doesn't feel like a cohesive journey because of how contextually different the production styles of the 2 seasons are.
Sure. No, I get that totally. Because Ryukishi obviously plans out his episodes to be very much contained experiences, his arcs, his episodes, his phases, his nights. There we go. That's another thing I can draw on. To be very like different tonally. Although arguably you haven't read this, but Higurashi actually has like less of a change between the 2 nights that you kind of experience.
Yeah.
The way that story is kind of structured, there are 2 nights. They're kind of like 2 discs almost. And each night has a bunch of chapters like in that night. And each of them follows a different like ghost story and now like attempts to unravel what's going on with this character's ghost story today.
Yeah.
But they all kind of have a very similar tone. They can be darker or lighter, but they all kind of have that same like ghost story feel, I guess. Whereas the When They Cry series, it's very clear like every episode is different, you know?
Yeah, I suppose that's true. But also like every episode's different kind of based on the conclusion of the episode before it. Sure. Like the differences are set up as part of the premise and execution of the story, even though there are large leaps in terms of what you get out of the narrative. They're large leaps that are contextually supported.
Yeah. Sure. No, I get you. I mean, in terms of the animes, season 1 and 2, we do have, at the end of the first season, obviously we have Rena, like, works through her shit.
Yeah.
And Rika says, I'm confirming that I am a time traveler now and I'm going to do real good next season. Like, season 1 does a good job of ending on that note of a good ending is possible. We're not done yet, but we are going to confirm all of your time travel theories in this moment. And it kind of sets up the idea that the next season or the next arc, whatever, is going to be explaining the mechanics of that time travel and like how all that works. And that's sort of what happens with the anime only arc. They sort of explain that a little bit, but rely obviously on arc 7 for the bulk of that. But no, I definitely do think it's interesting that the 2 seasons, like, I mean, I've told you, people have watched the second season, not realizing that it wasn't the first season. And they've been like, oh yeah, this seems like fine. Just because it is its own beast in a sense. The 2 seasons stand on their own in a really weird way. Not necessarily in terms of quality, because obviously season 1 has a lot of quality problems, but like in terms of their story, like you could watch season 1 and go, well, maybe that was the good ending. Like it's not perfect, but Rena didn't blow up the school and da 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 da. Like if you just ignore that final scene of Rika in the car with Oishi, like you could consider that a wrap, like theoretically.
Yeah.
And similarly with season 2, you could just watch it on its own and be like, yeah, this like makes sense. It's like its own thing. Yeah.
I suppose we will see you next time with more of the anime. We're getting so close to the end.
We're getting there.
Man, we're going to have to start Go soon. I don't even know. What are we going to do? What are we going to do?
You're going to have to theorize, and I'm going to sit here and mock you.
I'm also going to have to figure out how to actually edit the damn thing. We'll talk about that at the start of next video.
It out. We got time.